Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Ahmad Syamsuri Mokhtar mengarahkan semua aktiviti pelancongan di Pulau Peranginan di Terengganu ditutup kepada pelancong dalam tempoh Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan bermula hari ini sehingga 30 Mac 2020.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Farahim. Tourism is the activity of travelling to or staying in places outside one using environment for leisure, business and other purpose. Malaysia is a part of Southeast Asia and is divided into Peninsula and East Malaysia, making it one of the most attractive travel destinations in the world. From all information, as we know, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused an 83.4% drop in inbound tourists in Malaysia, with only 4.3 million arriving in 2020. However, Malaysia is among the countries with the highest percentage of fully vaccinated people in the world, with 98% of the adult population and over 78% of the national population having completed their vaccination dose. Local tourism picked up shortly after the multiple closure of the country needed, suggesting that demand for domestic travel will continue to increase and recover relatively quickly due to the growing spending in the country. Total domestic tourism consumption plummeted by 71.2% in 2020, compared to a growth of 6.8% in the previous year. The UN WTO panel of experts has found that 61% of tourism professionals see better prospects for 2022, with 58% expecting a rebound in 2022 and 42% foreseeing a potential rebound in 2023. 64% now expect international arrival in 2024. The government launched the National Tourism Policy 2020 until 2030 to ensure the continuity of the country's tourism industry and make Malaysia one of the top 10 destinations in the world. The policy will be implemented through its strategic focus areas, including transforming governance, creating an inclusive tourism investment zone, and intensifying digitalization.
My name is Afika. Now let's continue with the issue and the problems. Tourism is an employment trends related to this activity has also benefited from the continuous growth in domestic and international demand over the last 50 years. However, tourism also has some negative economic impacts. So, what is the issues and problems that make the National Tourism Policy must be published? First and foremost is the impact of coronavirus on the tourism industry. Important economic sector, it has a positive impact on the economy as it can represent an interesting surplus in the balance of payments and is a very labor-intensive sector. Coronavirus disease is an infectious disease caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus. It has caused a lot of lost revenue in the hotel industry, with 84,000 hotel room bookings cancelled between 11 January 2020 until 16 March 2020, resulting in the loss of 68,193.64 million ringgit. In Sabah, the tourism industry also has suffered a revenue loss of 11,550.60 million ringgit. And Sarawak also has a problem in the tourism industry with 76 cancellations. Additionally, 120 hotels were temporarily and permanently closed due to the pandemic, and service providers often have to offer limited services due to staff shortage and ongoing supply chain issues. Last but not least is digitalization and the industrial revolution. The tourism industry is undergoing a digital transformation that requires the use of contemporary solutions for routine travel planning tasks. This includes choosing a destination and creating an itinerary, booking flights and other modes of transport as well as hotels, and creating offers that are as specific as possible to customers' needs. According to Dato' Abdul Latif Abusuman of Malaysia Productivity Corporation DG, challenge in digital adoption and technology adoption are among the biggest obstacles to productivity growth and expansions of businesses at industry and enterprises levels. From the analysis of statistics, the tourism industry still has weaknesses in digitalization such as limited networks, low digital technology skills, inability to afford digital devices, and finally, the difficulties in the application system.
Hi, I'm Nur Farhanim, and I'm going to explain more about the objective of policy tourism in Malaysia. The main policy objective is to increase Malaysia's tourism revenue by increasing tourist numbers in Malaysia. By having a higher number of tourism, we can increase the economy of the country as well as provide increased employment opportunities. The growth of tourism would also contribute positively to the country's economic development and quality of life. As we can see, in 2019, the tourism sector contributed 86.14 billion, which is 13.3% to the country's GDP of 36.1 million international visitors who entered the country. The statistics also show that the tourism sector gives great returns to related subsectors such as retail, transport, and also food and beverage. The second objective to enhance Malaysia's share market for meetings, incentive, conventions, and also exhibition, which is known as MICE. Malaysia has a long been as a player in MICE market, a culture melting pot located in sunny tropical, without natural disaster, with the world's oldest rainforest, with world-class infrastructure, friendly people, and pro-business government, English-speaking population, and strategically located in Asia has made Malaysia as a strategic place. The last objective of policy tourism in Malaysia is to promote the uniqueness of Malaysian arts, culture, and heritage to the eyes of the world. Every country has their own unique culture. In Malaysia, we are living in many ethnicity, races, and religions. Imagine, in one country, we are able to try various kinds of food. We can find nasi lemak, curry, dumplings, ambuyat, kek lapis Sarawak, and many more. This has become an advantage to attract other people around the globe to visit our country and enjoy the diversity found in Malaysia regardless of food and lifestyle.
Ms. Nur Izzatul Afini binti Saiful Bahri, and now I will explain the few changes that happened after National Tourism Policies 2020 to 2023 implemented. The first changes is Visit Malaysia 2022 brought to 2025. Visit Malaysia is one of initiatives made by Malaysia to promote tourism in Malaysia. It was started in 1990 with the slogan "To know Malaysia is to love Malaysia." Fortunately, the Visit Malaysia campaign for 2020 was announced to be cancelled on 18 March 2020 due to COVID-19 pandemic. But with the idea of National Tourism Policy of 2020 to 2030, our Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim announced that 2025 will be the Visit Malaysia year. He added that the target will be 23.5 million international tourist arrivals and projected income of RM76.8 billion. Malaysia has started Movement Control Order MCO on 18 March 2020. During this MCO, Malaysians cannot move as they please and have to follow the rules that have been set, which is standard operating procedures. So, the tourism centres did not get a warm welcome from customers. Sadly to be said, a few tourism centres had to close due to non-survival in the pandemic COVID-19 era. The miracle happened when domestic borders gates opened in October 2021. Because of this event, many tourist centres take this advantage to rise again and promote its speciality of their business. In the year of 2022-2030, of the implementation of the National Tourism Policies, there is one plan, which is Tourism Recovery Plan 2022, is to add the success achieved by Malaysia in the field of tourism. Plus, Malaysia faces a problem where there is a low number of domestic tourism. There are three objectives why Tourism Recovery Plan 2022 made. The first one is to boost domestic tourism. The second one is to attract the public to continue booking hotel rooms at special discounted price. And the last one is to implement domestic tourism activities. These strategies and changes help Malaysia to survive and keep the relevance of Malaysia as a tourism centre in the world.
Now let's continue our presentation with the challenges. First is technological drivers of change. Travel technology is a broad term that is used to describe the application of IT, e-commerce, and similar technology solutions within the fields of tourism, travel, and hospitality. Hotel and tourism technology may be intended to assist businesses and their employees to improve the travel experience for customers or both. Ultimately, the goals or motivations behind implementing travel technology include the automating travel and related processes, saving time, reducing costs, and creating more seamless travel experience for consumers. For example, we have voice search and voice control from the smartphones, smart speaker, and AI assistants all help to increase the relevance of voice search. However, Malaysia still lack of technology that makes the tourism industry still cannot be comparable with other country tourism. Skilled human resources is one of the challenges. The challenges facing by the tourism sector can only be successfully met by a well-educated, well-trained, intelligent, energetic, multilingual, and entrepreneurial workforce. That a quality tourism workforce can only be achieved through high standards of contemporary tourism education and training. The future of tourism is exciting, and tourism is a difficult sector to predict. Each of the above future factors is influential in its own right, but in combination, they form a powerful force that will determine the future of tourism. The issue of safety is now one of the driving forces behind the changes in the tourism industry. The main focus is on crime rates, terrorism, food safety, health issues, and natural disaster. This topic actually gained popularity in tourism research after the tragedy of 11 September 2001. Actually, Malaysia's image as a safe destination has suffered in recent years, and new unfortunate incidents this year have further damaged Malaysia's image. Health issues, terrorism, the Lahad Datuk intrusion, repeated kidnappings and shootings in Sabah, the Twin Airlines incidents, riots, and illegal demonstration, as well as misreporting by the international media, all pose new challenges to Malaysia. Many travelers and Malaysians themselves still believe that Malaysia is a safe destination and country to visit and stay in. But there are more efforts are needed to ensure that Malaysian tourism industry can recover from these negative impacts as soon as possible.
Recommendation to the challenges. This one is enhancing safety and security in tourism. The local government and the police force should collaborate to facilitate and promote cooperation in providing safety and security measures among the tourists. During this pandemic COVID-19, tourists have first prioritized personal safety by maintaining personal hygiene. For example, by wearing a mask and maintaining social distance from each other. Practices may help on the increasing numbers of customers and the implementation of the National Tourism Policy 2020 to 2030. The next one is embracing smart tourism. Tourist Recovery Plan is embracing technologies such as cashless payment, online booking, contactless transaction, and contactless check-in to deliver a secure, seamless, and contactless travel experience for tourists in the post-pandemic era. MEDA also have to encourage companies to invest in modern and higher standard infrastructure and facilities to build up the tourism sector's resilience and long-term competitiveness. And the last one is upskilling human capital. Human capital is critical in developing any tourist destination. The ability of the destination to develop a competitive edge is a function of the level and quality of the human capital base. As a service sector, it necessitates significant investments in human capital development. Many destinations of roughly equal levels regard human resources as the primary factors of differentiation and competitive advantage because employees directly interact with clients. Tourist industry players in Malaysia should be upskilling their human resources in order to improve their level of service. Transforming human capital development can ensure an attractive path in tourism.
To sum up, everything that has been started so far, the National Tourism Policy 2020 until 2030 has provided our country with numerous beneficial benefits and revenue. As a result, we must work together to improve the tourist sector as a sector that can contribute to the economic development of our country. That's all the conclusion from us.